call, and we convinced him to run from Brampton East because we knew that not only he will be a great colleague, a great addition to our team, he will be a great representative for the people of Brampton East. So Hardeep, you've been doing a wonderful job. He's working tirelessly day in, day out to serve the great people of this province and this great city. Also take this opportunity to thank our boss. You will never find a politician as humble as Premier Doug Ford. He treats his caucus, every caucus member of his as a cabinet minister. You message Premier Doug Ford and you cannot put your phone away. He will call you within 10 seconds. That's how genuinely he cares about his caucus. So thank you, Premier. Thank you for keeping Brampton as always center of attention. Guys, look back, 15 years back, when Liberals were in power for the last 15 years. Tell me one single infrastructure investment Liberals have made in the last 15 years. One single infrastructure investment. Under the leadership of Premier Ford, we have been doing so much for Brampton. A new medical school, a new hospital, Highway 413, long-term care homes, a new police division. You mentioned it, Premier Doug Ford has done it for the people of Brampton. So boss, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It's my honor to be here with each and every one of you today. I do want to thank our wonderful hosts, of course, MPP Garwal, MPP Sandhu, MPP Sakaria, just for putting this together, for all of us to be able to come together, to be together and celebrate the new year and the wonderful things that are going to happen in 2024. A commitment from our government is that we're going to be there for you each and every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That is our commitment to you, and we will make sure that we do. You have evidence of the things that we are doing, as MPP Sandhu said. I don't want to repeat all of that. Premier Doug Ford takes our community, our cities in this province extremely seriously. And we know there are many serious issues happening right now within the community in Brampton. And he has just listened to many people sit around the table and talk about some of those issues. And we will deliver, and we'll make sure that Brampton and Ontario remains the best place to live, to work, to raise a family, to own a business, and to invest, because that's what we're all about. We are the perfect city, the perfect country, and definitely the perfect province where everybody wants to be and wants to live. So thank you again to our wonderful host. It's great to be here with my Mississauga colleague, Natalia Kuzendover, and it is great to have our youngest and certainly our most wonderful MPP grow. I'll just give you a quick story of how great he is as an MPP.
It's absolutely wonderful to be here with my friend and colleague, MPP Grewal, and of course with the big boss, Premier Doug Ford, the most popular premier in the history of Canada, I think. And today I'm here representing, of course, the city of Mississauga as a sister to Brampton, and I think forever Mississauga will be a big or a little sister to Brampton, and we'll continue working hard. And I think a testament of the incredible work that we have done when we were first elected in 2018, together with the entire team under the leadership of Premier Ford, is that in 2022, we brought back the entire region of Peel as a blue conservative government. And of course, at that time in 22, my friend Hardeep Grewal was elected. And so we'll continue working hard for the people of Peel region, because it truly does take a team. And the entire team works together, delivering on our promises, including building more hospitals. We have the largest hospital in the history of Ontario being built in Mississauga. We have a second 24/7 emergency hospital being built in the city of Brampton. We have a Brampton Medical School coming in 2025, which is absolutely incredible. We're working on the Huron-Ontario LRT together, Brampton and Mississauga. We need those connections. So I'm very humbled to be here today. I think it's a wonderful way to start my 6th year as the MPP for Mississauga Centre with an incredible team and an incredible boss. Thank you for having me today, and Happy New Year.
Quick few words about Hardeep. I remember when it was 2022 or 21, we were getting ready for a campaign. The Premier had made a commitment to Brampton, and we could feel it on the ground. We needed a representative that Brampton East, many times me and Umberville would be doing all the work in our constituency offices for the members here, because that member wasn't connected to the ground. But Hardeep, I've seen him work so hard. Nobody thought he could beat the former MPP for this area, but he knocked on so many doors. He helped hundreds of barbecues. And to this day, even after being elected, he stays connected to the ground. You can call him anytime, you can get him to any event you want. He's always there, he's always listening, he's always working for the community. And it's our job to continue building on the success that all of you have given Premier Doug Ford in the city of Brampton. We started with 2, we've got 5 MVPs, but that's because we promised, the Premier promised, a new hospital, a new medical school, Highway 413, long-term care homes, and a lot of investment in public safety as well. And that's only done because of Premier Ford. I can't remember how many governments have come and gone through this area that haven't taken the time to appreciate the immense sacrifice that Brampton and its residents make for this province. Always ignored. When the first hospital, Brampton Civic, was opened, they lied to us and said that they're going to keep Peel Memorial open. They tore it down and they didn't give another hospital to Brampton. It was the Premier, after 15 years, who made that promise, who's committed to it. And not only that, he's promised a new medical school, the first new medical school in the GTA in over 170 years. Can you believe that? People that live, the students that live here will be doctors here and work in the hospital here. So Premier, thank you so much for everything that you have done for the city of Brampton. And Hardeep, thank you for being
for the support that you've shown, not only our party, but personally our family. I know people in the crowd here. It started with my brother Rob, right back in Etobicoke, and I'm forever grateful. We have a fairly large Sikh community up in the north of Etobicoke. We get more votes from there, our family, than any other region in Ontario. And I'm so grateful. We'll do anything for each and every one of you. But none of us would be standing here if it wasn't for each and every one of you during the campaigns and throughout the whole 4-year term, coming to these events, going out there, putting up signs, door knocking, and giving us the opportunity to govern. There's no government in the history of this province that has shown more love to Brampton than what we have. You have the hardest working team I've ever seen, and I do remember when Hardeep, when you were first running, I had total confidence he was going to win that riding, and sure enough, he won it. What a massive addition. And not only that, a massive addition to the great Minister of Transportation over here, Prab. And I said to Prab, I called him up after we announced he's going to be the Minister of Transportation. I said, they're going to have a ticker tape parade going down the streets of Brampton for you. And because he's just an incredible person. Amarjot, he's a PA, parliamentary assistant for the Minister of Infrastructure. We're spending over $184 billion in infrastructure, unheard of. No matter if it's the tens of billions of dollars on the transit, on the GO train service, on subways, or if it's making sure that we have the proper roads in place, working hand in hand with the Minister of Transportation. And I know your minister thinks the world of it, King Sarah, and we're just going to continue building and investing non-stop. Nina, I always say, her and Vic, the two best salespeople in the entire province, and again, focusing on the small businesses. Small businesses, what is it, 98% of the people are employed under the small business. And we're attracting new businesses and new opportunities. And correct me if I'm wrong, what was there, 65,000 new business registered last year? And we've seen tremendous investment. Every single day, I get an update at about 10 o'clock at night from Vic Fidelli. And the companies that are investing here are absolutely staggering because the world economy is so competitive. We do approximately, our number one trading partner is the US. We do about $460 billion of two-way trade with the United States. And that's pretty well split down the middle. And all we say, if we're a standalone country, we'd be the world's third largest trading partner to the US. Next to Mexico and China. The only difference between us, Mexico and China, the US has massive trade deficits with Mexico and China. With ours, it's split right down the center. And I always make sure I remind our American friends that we are an economic powerhouse in North America, no matter if it's the EV sector that we've seen over $28 billion invested in the EV, saving the Brampton plant. because Stellantis was ready to close that plant. Now they're going to be running around the clock. They're going to be running around the clock down in Windsor, the battery plant there. We're the only jurisdiction in the entire world that have 6 of the largest auto manufacturers, battery manufacturers, right here in Ontario. You're going to see another $30 billion of investment that's right on our doorstep from some of the other auto companies. I can't disclose it now, but you'll be hearing these massive announcements. That's creating, every auto job is 7 to 1. Other jobs, spin-off jobs as we call it, for part manufacturers. And when you go into a community, restaurants, businesses, schools pop up, and that's exactly what